So 10 years plus later, and we've finally come across to the sequel that we've been waiting to see. Was it worth it? I'm not too sure. Curse of Chucky. For those of you who don't know, from the first film in Child's Play, Charles Lee Ray was the Lakeshore Strangler. He pretty much was just a serial killer, really, and he knew lots of different things that he learned from other people, such as voodoo. He was incredibly intelligent. Well, it ended up spawning 3 other sequels. We had Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and Bride of Chucky. I'm not even going to acknowledge that Seed of Chucky exists because that was a pile of shit. Let's just leave that to rest. Seed of Chucky was an absolute piece of crap. Okay, so that's out of the way now. That's dead and buried. Let's focus on this movie. Yeah. A lot of people out there who initially saw the trailer of Curse of Chucky were looking forward to it, thinking that it would be a movie that was going to be so bad that it was going to be good. And then there were the small portion of the group out there along the huge length of the internet being like, no, this is going to be an awesome movie, it's going to be so good, they're going to reinvent Chucky and they're going to like bring him back from the dead, pretty much. In this movie we have Nico. Nico? It doesn't even really matter, because why did we want to watch this movie? We wanted to see the resurrection of Chucky. We wanted to see a shitload of people get murdered and just really enjoy Chucky's company, because we haven't seen Chucky in action in so long that pretty much this was like a really anticipated sequel. Cutting a long story short, Chucky has found himself a new vessel. For those of you who don't know what Chucky's vessel is, it's a body that he can transfer his soul from the Chucky doll into a live person again with the voodoo technique that he learned from the first film. A friend, just watch the first film, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to explain it because this is pretty much just for Child's Play fans originally. I'll do a spoiler related view after this one. Chucky's found himself a new vessel in the form of a little girl. Yeah, that's right, a little girl named Alice. Alice is the sister of the main character, Nico, or Nika, whatever her name is, I honestly can't remember. So Nika, she is basically the main character of this movie. She is paraplegic. We don't find out until the very end as to how she became a paraplegic, but my phone's going off now. Funnily enough, Fiona Dourif is actually Brad Dourif's daughter, who plays as the main character. And yes, in case people who don't know Chucky, where have you been? Anyway, Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky, aka Charles Lee Ray, the Lakeshore Strangler. Are things making sense to you now? Awesome. Sweet. This movie has an array of different actors that me personally, I haven't actually seen them that often, so it was interesting to see some actors and actresses that I hadn't seen in films before, or at least many times, or at all, for that matter. So basically, Nika lives with her mother. Her mother is an absolute broken down wreck after her partner passed away. In the beginning of the movie, Nika's mother is presumed to have committed suicide. Now, I'm not giving away any spoilers. That's not a spoiler to the movie at all. It happens within less than the first 5 minutes of the movie, so don't start panicking. It's okay. Don't freak out. After this happens, we get introduced into more characters who become the basis of who we're hanging around most of the film. Some of these people consist of Barb, who is Nika's sister, played by Danielle Basutti? Yeah, sue me, I can't remember her name. I'm not sure if you'd like to say that she is a caring sister. In my eyes, she came off as more of an asshole. The way of her showing that she cared was like just pulling off dick moves all the time with her caring catchphrases. Not even catchphrases, just phrases that just seemed like, I'm an absolute bitch, deal with it. And then her justification behind that was, oh, I care about you so much, you know, for these reasons, which I'm not going to mention, but it's just, it's like she cared too much. Other characters consist of Ian, who I've never really seen before, Sarah, Alice, like I said before, the Vessel. Alice is actually played by Summer Howell? We'll call her that. I'm not really sure what direction they were really trying to take with this movie. There were a lot of things that were wrong with it, to say the least. There are a lot of good things to do with it. Which brings up my biggest problem of this movie, was that you didn't really care about the characters. It took away from the movie so much. It was crazy. I'm just going to put this to rest. This movie was not that good. It was a huge letdown in my personal opinion. I'm a huge fan of Chucky. I've been a fan of the Chucky movies since way back when they first started. Now, I'm not old enough to have seen them when they first came out, but I did see them as early as what I can remember. I just finished watching the movie, like, just now, and I've already forgotten, like, huge chunks of the movie that I'm sure were important. And that just makes me wonder. It doesn't even make me wonder, it makes me see that this movie just wasn't that great. The things I can give away is that they changed the Chucky doll. I know that a lot of people are going to be like, no, it's the Chucky doll. It looks like Chucky.
I like to be hugged.
Oh, and?
Hey, wanna play?
Is that it?
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend till the end.
That one's a classic.
And it works on so many different levels.
Yeah, the 80s were awesome.
If and when you see this movie, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. If they were going to change the Chucky doll, or at least upgrade him, they needed to upgrade him in a positive way, rather than upgrade him in the way where it's going to look like he's from Seed of Chucky. And like I said before, Seed of Chucky was an absolute abomination to the Chucky series. It pretty much shit all over a character that we absolutely adored for all the wrong reasons, but we adored him nonetheless. The scripting was okay. The scripting wasn't too terrible. It was pretty bad, actually, now that I think about it. It was very predictable. It was... The story was so convoluted that it was almost painful to continue watching them totally change the story or the origin of Chucky, of Charles Lee Ray. They actually go into more detail of what happened the night that Charles Lee Ray was shot, before the first film. And that was great, that was really good, but it just didn't, from the Charles Lee Ray that we've seen over the years, to me it just did not fit. It didn't mesh well at all. It was just like they tried to find an excuse to introduce a new family into the series. It's like a rushed movie, that's what I would say. This movie was rushed. There are some good things about this movie. For starters, I can see that they really tried to push the old school genre and sort of like buff it up a little bit. There are also some really cool death scenes in this movie. Some scenes I just didn't see coming. I'm not going to name any of them because it's... yeah, it would give away too much. But I'm not going to tell you any. There are just some sweet gore. There is gore in this movie. They haven't gone like all softcock on us and been like, oh yeah, okay, this is just a standard M-rated movie where it's like that person dies and you don't actually see any actual death. You do. There's blood in it. Lots. So, yeah. Enjoy the blood. The blood is present. It's there. All over your face. And other places. That kind of just sounds weird. Scratch that. I never said anything. You didn't hear a word. The last point that I will say is that watch after the credits. I'm not going to spoil it. It's an Easter egg. That's all I'm going to say. It may not be an Easter egg for a sequel. It may be. I don't know. Well, I do know, but you don't. So, yeah. Watch the Easter egg at the end of the movie. It's good. It's probably the best part of the whole movie. down to the nuts and bolts of it, I would give this movie about a 6, 7 out of 10. It wasn't fantastic, but it had some awesome moments of nostalgia when they brought back Andy Barclay's name and they delved into discussing what happened with Andy Barclay.
You know, you remind me a lot of Andy Barclay.
And how he, you know, survived Chucky's reign. It's almost like they were trying to capitalize on the previous movies, making people want to go and see the previous movies if they haven't seen them yet, trying to bring newcomers into the light of this film. As always, until next time, hope you're having a mad day, and peace! If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, take a look around. I'll put links all over the place as to what other reviews and videos, random stuff that I've got on the channel, and yeah, have a look around. Do it. Just pick one. Stop looking at me, just pick one. Please. Just do it. It's nighttime, what am I doing? Have you picked one yet? Alright. Well, I'm not going to stand here anymore, so yeah.